And we got Mike in the building. Let me go ahead and get my big mug in here. And boom, we got action. What's going on, fam? Hopefully you guys are having an awesome evening. Yep. We doing the red glasses today. Let's go. Y'all thought all I had was the Coach Primes? It was a 2-for-1 deal. All right, so let me go ahead and get Mike in. Boom, we got action. And let me go ahead and pin. And we got, let's go. All righty. Let's see. What's going on, fam? Let me go ahead and highlight you guys so I can see who all is up in here. All right. Let y'all see yourselves. All right. What's going on, Tasha? We got Shonda in the building. We got Mike in the house. Listen, I had to put these glasses on today for a reason, all right? Because I was going to wear my Miami Dolphins hat. I was. Because what they did on Sunday was crazy.
That was a historic game to be at. That was a lot of fun.
Man, I know you guys were having a ball in there. You picked the right game to go to. That game was wild, bro. 70 points.
Yeah. I left when they were like 60. And then my friend came in, and Mike White, I grew up with him. He threw a touchdown. I mean, he's from Miami.
Hold up, Mike. How do you know all these people? First of all, I catch you at the Heat game on the floor all the time. And now you know the backup quarterback for the Dolphins, bro?
Grew up playing baseball with him, bro.
Oh, and, my God.
Rival high schools and all that stuff.
You see?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
You see, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. That's what it is, right there.
Yeah. Wild full circle moment.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. So if you guys haven't noticed already, the channel has already gotten an update. No, I'm not leaving IM or nothing crazy. People are like, we didn't see your face anymore. Where are you going? I'm like, my channel's back up again. We got to fix the times on it. Like, they got them all wacky right now. So we'll get it all straightened out today or tomorrow, and then we'll get everything going. But everything will go as normal with the schedule. They'll fix it when they fix it. We'll still do everything normally how we do it as well. So don't worry. Don't feel like, oh, my God, there's not going to be any classes. We're still going to do 9 o'clock tonight. Just because it's not on the schedule doesn't mean we're not going to do it. All right? But everything is still good. I know you guys are wigging out. All right? Yeah, Mike is connected, super connected. All right, so let me go ahead and get us started. Now, quick refresh. Old CoinGecko, Bitcoin hanging out around 26,000. Ethereum at around 1,500. We got Tether just below $1. We got BNB hanging out around the $200 level at 209. XRP 50 cents. So, you know, everything's pretty much hanging out where we left it. Nothing too wild. Top performers, Chainlink, Aptos, Frax, Immutable X, Maker. Right, Maker's looking good as well. I really liking Maker. Thorchain, Injective. We got Leo, Clayton, Rocket Pool. All right, looking real good at these levels. Anything below $24 for Rocket Pool right now is definitely keep your eyes peeled. All right, but for the most part, I definitely want you guys to be mindful of the conditions of the market right now. Let me go ahead and look at old DXY because this is the biggest telltale sign we're working with right now. Okay, let me go to the daily. Now, we were talking about the dollar doing a BOS, right? Break of structure. And this bad boy, let me go to the, let me see here. So, as you can see, right up here was the levels, right? Now, we got, a couple more hours, and this thing's going to do a break of structure for sure on the daily, right? So, this is already giving us a sign that the dollar's been nonstop. Nothing slowing the dollar down. We talked about this. Now, as much as I scream it, as much as Mike screams it, as much as Nick screams it, and everybody else, we're all on the same page when it comes to the dollars running the show right now, right? As much as we want to see crypto take off, we want to see all these other assets take off, dollar's going to run the show. We kept saying, hey, be mindful, the dollar's going to keep going to the upside, so we got to be careful for how we're analyzing this market. And right now, everything's been just get in and get out, get in and get out, get in and get out. So when we see the dollar running the way it's running right now, we got another maybe almost 4 hours until this bad boy closes. We're going to have a break of structure on the daily. When we go look at Bitcoin, you guys can see here, it's just been kind of pulling back, taking off, pulling back. Nothing too crazy, nothing out of the norm right now for Bitcoin. We've been seeing highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Now, I want to kind of skip a beat for a second to go look at this S&P. S&P right now is definitely making a break of structure because we've seen this low point, it's a high point, and now we've already closed lower and made a lower low on the daily right now. So this BOS right now is correlating very handsomely with what's happening right now with Bitcoin. Now I know some of y'all, because we talked about this last week, some of y'all are super excited to see a sell in Bitcoin. I'm excited. Mike's excited. If you're new, you're like, wait, why is everybody amped up to see Bitcoin go down? Don't we want to see Bitcoin go up? We do. But we want to get it for as cheap as possible. And I gotta really kind of prep you guys, because this is not the same territory. This is not the same, environment. This is not the same ecosystem that we were looking at 2-3 years ago with crypto. Okay? We are in a very different climate right now. The era of cheap money, I believe, has come to an end. All right? We were having a good ride. Everybody was having a good time. The party was going. Jesus was turning water into wine. Everybody was getting drunk. Now we got a situation where we got to get a little more realistic with our expectations of how we expect to see this money moving. Everything's going to take off. So moving forward, we have to really pay attention to different assets. I correlate right now. The S&P 500 is closely correlated to how Bitcoin moves, because for some odd reason they keep treating Bitcoin like it's a tech stock. I get it, because it's really tech based, but we got to be mindful of what we're looking at right now. And if you guys are trying to get ahead of it, you got to pay attention to the stock market. S&P 500 is great because, basket of some of the top 500 stocks, the biggest, movers of this are the FANG stocks, the tech stocks. So when I'm seeing the S&P make lower lows and lower highs, this is giving me a sign that we want to make a big drop down. Now, I want to kind of make this point, and I want Mike's opinion on this too. I'm going to go to the weekly really quick, because I just want to ask a question. I'm going to get rid of all of this, and I want to show you guys something. So we know that with everything that's been going on with, Fed printing money, everything going on with all these different, corrections we've been seeing in the market, Bitcoin has been the most realistic asset to watch out of everything. And I say this because we know that nothing's going to reset and get back to its normal movement, its normal price action, until we see prices come back down to the mean, right? To the area where they've usually tested and decided this is a cool zone to pay attention to. And I've realized in stocks, we have a mean right around this area here, right? This zone here has become a really cool area that I believe we may see another pullback for stocks. Now, the kicker for all of this is that if we see the stock market pull back even further to these levels, that means another $9 trillion could leave the stock market, right? And I believe that's what the Fed wants to see anyway. They want to see the stock market become a little bit more normalized, not so much euphoria and just greed flowing in. They need to see that more calm approach to investing and not just throw all the money in, because we're not going to see free money, or cheap money, should I say, around for a while. So right now, the stock market has been over-exacerbated. When you look at Bitcoin, and this is interesting, I'm just going to delete everything, and I want you guys to take a look at this. When you look at the mean for Bitcoin, we have a zone that's really cool, because now we're seeing what? Areas like this that have played out for Bitcoin, and we've already come down and tested a lot of what we needed to see for Bitcoin, right? And I want to go back again to the stock markets. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the real mean here. I don't want to just skip over this real quick. So the deal is, these areas down here, these areas you see down here, we need to see price kind of come back and feel a lot of the void that we're looking at right now. Because a lot of the mean that we've talked about is in this area between here and here. I want to be very clear of what you guys are looking at. I'm going to zoom in over here so you guys can get a real good look at this. When we saw prices testing zones over here, price was having a time breaking, finally broke into the zone, tested the level. We saw what? Pandemic kick in. We got back into the zone, finally tested, one more test, finally broke out. We came back and got close, but we haven't fully come back to retest those areas that have been wiped out. I think we're going to have to spend a little bit more time down here at the mean for the stock market. When you look at Bitcoin, we've come down to where the last high was, got close to the area, broke out. We've spent a good amount of time in this area and fully fleshed out our mean, right? We've come down, really tested the zone, broke back up again. So if we come back now, we're likely to see just more consolidation around these areas, bouncing back and forth. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy where Black Swan kicks in, potentially bringing us down into the 11 or 10K. Listen, crazier things have happened. It would take a Black Swan for us to get back down to those levels, because right now, as you go, and I know, all the dumb money's pretty much been pulled out of the market. Nobody's in here screaming Dogecoin to the moon. Nobody, right? They try on Twitter. Nobody's paying them any attention anymore. Those days are gone, right? So as of right now, things are looking pretty good on that territory. I want to come over here and I want to look at this Ethereum chart with you guys for a second. And let me just go to the daily. Let's refresh. Now, I saw this setup with you guys last week, and we've literally just been hanging out at this zone. Drop this on the app. Yes, Mike, I dropped the setup on the app.
I saw it. Bro, I saw it. I did a backflip. I didn't record it.
It's the reason why Miami did so good. They were like, oh, we got an East setup from Cobain. And it went crazy. They went crazy out there. So
that iPhone, bro. Welcome back.
Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome
iPhone Joe. We made it 15 minutes before Mike could drop an iPhone Joe.
14, actually.
Right. He was 1 minute off. 1 minute off. See?
Let's go. In the chat. Come on.
See?
The Reverend Claus in the chat.
Don't do it. So we're still hanging out at these levels. All these levels are valid. If you see it on the app, don't worry. You don't have to get it the day it drops. These are, exchange ideas. So you guys are going to have opportunity to come in and get into these as long as these areas remain valid. You got the stop loss zones. You have the potential TPs. You got the entries. You're good to go. So pay attention. Take advantage of the price if they drop a little lower. I keep seeing, these different content creators try to compare Ethereum to all these other altcoins. They keep saying, oh, it's going to do something similar to Cardano. Cardano's going to have to catch up to Ethereum, and Solana's going to have to catch up to Ethereum. And I'm like, why is everybody holding these other altcoins to this crazy unfair standard that Ethereum moves at? Like, you're not going to see anything copy Ethereum's movement. It's no longer it's no longer a I don't want to say it all, but it's not. It's just not an altcoin. I hate to keep telling people this, but it's so big. It's on the same level as a Bitcoin. I want to be very clear. Like, when you see Ethereum, you have to start thinking of it in the terms of how we think of Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin's it has the network effect, it has the designers, it has the coders, it has the publicity, it has the actual wallets that matter. Like, it's to a point now where nothing's gonna come along and just erase Ethereum. I can't stand people keep saying, oh, it's the Ethereum killer. Nothing's the Ethereum killer. That's like saying it's the Bitcoin killer. Nothing's the Bitcoin killer. It's not going to happen. It's like saying, oh, this next big thing is going to be the Google killer. Nothing's going to be the Google killer. Okay? It's too big to fail. It's one of those scenarios. Like, come on, oh, it's going to be the BlackRock killer. No. It ain't happening. Like, it's just too big to fail, too much of a monopoly. So we have an opportunity now to see other projects potentially come along and innovate and maybe try to, hook their wagon onto Ethereum's momentum. But just coming in and taking over Ethereum's momentum, nah, not happening. Ethereum was first. They're going to keep growing. They're going to keep building. DeFi pretty much was invented here. It's going to continue to innovate here, right? When we saw Uniswap, everything copied Uniswap. When we see Ethereum drop ERC20s, everybody's copying that same standard. It's no different inside of what we see inside of any other space. When we see those heavy hitters, you got to be able to ride the wave. And right now, Ethereum is pretty much riding its own wave. And I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss out on opportunities that are in front of you. So if we see areas getting validated, drop lower, fall apart, it's fine. Don't wig out. Don't spaz out. We expect to see the market continue to grow. But right now, this dollar index is running wild. All right. And I'm not going to act like it's just, oh, we're going to be fine because the dollar's going to drop off any minute now. Listen, I believe this dollar has so much room to run up here into this area. This is why I put this trend line here. When I start to see this trend line get broken, then I'll be a little more mindful of potentially seeing some dollar weakness. But even with that, I'm going to pay attention to the levels we have. If I start seeing a pullback from this and, crypto starts to run a little bit, I'm going to be going from low point to whatever our high point is to see wherever we're going to get the pullback from. If price respects that area and we see the dollar start to rise again, we're going to get into more sales inside of crypto. If we see that area get invalidated, we're going to take more buys on crypto. So it just has to be that correlation right now, because as of right now, the dollar is king. These bonds are king. I've been telling you guys, the 2-year bond market is on fire right now. It's a complete inversion of the 10-year bond market. Everybody wants to get in and get out. They don't trust the landscape. They don't trust what's happening right now. Most folks are waiting out this election, honestly, in 2024 to see who the next president is going to be and what the next House run is going to look like. So we're all kind of sitting back, just waiting it out. And I told you guys, these big money movers, the BlackRocks, the Charles Schwabs, the Fidelities, the JP Morgans, they don't care who the president is. They will wait out an administration to get their plans done. All right, we got to stop thinking they're trying to make friends with the president and the senators and the congressmen. They will wait you out. Or if not, they will find someone else to lobby with. It's just how this stuff goes. All right. So their plans are going to get done regardless of how we feel, regardless of who the president and the senators and all of that stuff. You got to pay attention to where the money's going, right? Well, I think Rockefeller said, whoever controls the money worries not about who makes the laws. And I was like, when I thought about that statement, it really made me think about how powerful these lobbyists truly are. Because we can sit here and vote all day and protest all day and write this down all day and have a petition for this and that. When those lobbyists show up with those millions and those billions, laws are getting passed. Laws are getting passed, right? Regulations getting pushed through, right? All this stuff's happening, right? So, and we know, and also, guys, here's a little secret you might not notice. Every time you leave us positive feedback, Gary Gensler sheds a tear. Okay, I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but if you really want to stick it to the man, positive feedback, right?
Facts. We got one more year until some new people hopefully come into the play.
Yeah, I mean it's on the way, bro. Like, this administration has been one of the most non-communicative. I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible. Like, nobody talked about nothing. Like, I can't even remember any press conferences that Byron's done. Like, none. Even Kamala. Like, when at least when Trump was in there, we were getting updates. Like, we knew the non-farm payroll numbers on Thursday, baby. It was game up. You were a traitor during the Trump administration. You was making a killing. You knew every week, every month with the non-farm payroll. He would come out with his tweets. Bro, he was coming out with tweets every week. Like, he was like, the unemployment numbers are the best they've ever been. 30 years. You know it. They're the best. And we were like, the bet. Buy on the dollar. Buy on the dollar.
Yeah.
It was lovely. It was lovely. But now I can't even. I'm watching, Byron stuff, and he's eating ice cream. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, do I buy frozen dairy stuff now? Is that what we're doing? Is it like the secret code or
buy the stock of it? That's what it means.
Yeah, man. I mean, at this point, guys, this is the whole point of which you guys have been coming in here to learn, and you really have been putting in the time and the effort and dollar cost averaging and just being patient. And I keep telling you, like, this is not going to be the same as the previous bull markets. We don't have cheap money. So you're going to see a lot less of a, oh my God, like crazy runs up. Like, don't get me wrong, we're going to see a bull market. But I don't know if you guys were around when I gave that prediction where I said we may actually like double top. We may double top and then pull back, and everybody was like, oh no, Kurt, you're just doom and gloom. And I'm like, nah, I'm just looking at the money. Like,
very possible. That's a very possible situation.
Yeah.
I mean, 40s, 50s, and then come all the way back down.
And we can just consolidate back and forth between 50 and 20 and then 60 and 30. And then we finally get to testing that high point and finally break, and then we run. But by then, we'll probably have had regulation. We've probably had some ETFs launch and all that kind of stuff. But I just keep telling you guys, like, you got to be mindful of, it's like Grant Cardone keeps saying, who has my money? I don't see money printers going burr like that anymore. I don't see a bunch of money sitting on the sideline just waiting to come getting dumped into the market right now, especially without any clear-cut regulation on taxes. People want to know how they're going to get their breaks, how they're going to get their benefits. If they put some sort of wild, incentive for people to utilize crypto with tax breaks, oh, it's over. Like how they do with real estate, because there's only certain tax breaks you can get through real estate. If it's the same thing with crypto, it's going to be a tsunami.
And I mean, if they're smart, that's what they do. And if they said something like, give us custody and you get these tax breaks.
Yeah, that now that's scary.
That
would
scary.
be scary.
But they'll probably do something similar to that because they're going to want to hold, they're going to want to leverage, they're going to want to take out loans. Yeah. And they're going to want to play the game that they're playing with money, but they can play at a way bigger scale on digital, how fast this thing can really move. And with settlement fees.
Have you seen that article from the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements? They were talking about the derivatives market being like a powder keg right now. And I'm like, you think so?
Yeah.
1 quadrillion worth of derivatives is a problem? Yeah. So it's like now they're starting to really talk about all the things we've been talking about. I'm like, I really feel like somebody got an IM subscription and they're just not talking about it. They got a crypto and stock subscription and they're not talking about it. Because somebody decided, and they literally used the Visual Capitalist website. The Bank of International Settlements used the website from 2020 that we've been talking about. I'm like, they got a subscription, bro.
Yeah,
They're not talking. We ain't getting our flowers, Mike.
Yeah, they got to send some of that equity over here. Put some of that bank settlements in our names. Don't even tell us. Put it in the
For
trust.
real.
Hook a brother up. Sheesh.
I'm trying to say.
But dude, take a look at this. I mean, this kind of goes right into it. There's only one crazy person in the world that just keeps buying. I guess maybe there's a lot of crazy people.
Michael Saylor, man.
Now we're probably gonna dip because every time he buys, the
I know. I was just about to say that. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? But it makes sense. But $150 million worth of Bitcoin, average price, I think like 27K or something. Right here, average price per coin, 27,053. So, Saylor's back in again. An additional 5,400 Bitcoin, now holds 158,000 Bitcoin. Right? Okay. You think you're having a bad day? This just makes it a lot worse. He has 158. I'm just kidding. 158,000 Bitcoin. Now, in the chat, do you think he's selling anytime soon?
No.
Yeah. He's really going for like that 1 million mark, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to beat Coinbase. Anybody from España on the go live? I know we have a big team in Spain. Coinbase today secured a really, really cool anti-money laundering registration with Spain. Spain is one of the hardest countries to get regulation in the European Union and in Europe. The registration will allow Coinbase to offer our full suite of products and services to retail and institutional users in Spain. This is things that we want to see move forward. And now all the banks in Spain are going to be offering soon, hey, give us your crypto. If you guys don't know what a custodial license is, custodial license definition. Let me see if this
you see it. Heck no in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not for us. But basically, this is what they're gonna want. This was 2013. This is a different case, but basically, like Deutsche Bank, all of these banks, they're getting approval to basically create softwares, to create technology that allows you or somebody in Spain, for example, to send them crypto. So they're getting it basically approved. They're building maybe wallets that they're going to be able to have as a bank. And they're going to start offering in like your online bank, there's going to be a wallet address there. And they're going to start asking for crypto. And you guys are like, some people like kind of laugh at that. I mean, I think it's already done. And I think they just got to flip a switch. And when the switch is flipped, you're going to see billions of dollars of crypto go to these banks because they're going to offer crazy yield, 10% a year, 6% a year, no tax if you do that. They're going to do something to entice people to give crypto up. And all of us know in the chat, we're not going to do that. But guess what? More banks are coming in. And then you have JP Morgan, right? Pretty funny. JP Morgan came out and said that the Shanghai upgrade has been very disappointing for Ethereum.
How would you know what disappointing is in the crypto space, JP Morgan?
This is just, in my opinion, another manipulate price, create a bad narrative. But let's look at the facts, though.
He doesn't even have a leg in the race, like a horse in the race. Like, why would you like that's like Ethereum saying, hey, all those fees you guys charge for ATMs isn't working out too well. Like, we don't know. Like, dude, it's if you guys aren't picking up on what's happening right now, like, it's whatever JP Morgan can say to drive this thing lower. Every chance they get.
Yeah. And, dude, let's look at the Carfax, August 5th, 2021, there was an upgrade to Ethereum. Okay, if you guys don't know, Ethereum has, like, scheduled upgrade and maintenance, like kind of think of it as like a car or a yacht. Think of it as a boat, right? It needs maintenance a lot to continue to be driven or continue to fly in the air like a plane. So there was an upgrade in August 5th, 2021 called EIP 1559. That was a historic time for Ethereum because now every time Ethereum is sent, a little bit is destroyed. So think of it if there's 100 iPhones and, every 6 months, one of these iPhones gets destroyed from supply, and there's only now 99 and 98. to 97. And that's now what is happening with Ethereum. We can see since that date, August 5th, 2021, almost 2 years, or over 2 years ago, this is how many Ethereum have been destroyed. What is that? 3.6 million ETH have been destroyed, which is equivalent to that number right there. I think that's billion. $5.7 billion out of the network. Now, long term, this is where Ethereum could potentially become extremely deflationary. Okay, save this website, ultrasound.money, where more ETH could be being destroyed than being created. And if we scroll down here and we look at this 200-year projection based on supply, we can see in 2025, 118, 2030, we're at 114 million. And you guys see through time, more ETH is being destroyed because of the staking on the network, more transactions on the network, block time, all that stuff is affected. But doesn't ETH have a question mark for max supply? Well, remember, you're creating ETH, and then there's ETH being burned. Okay.
And the thing is, ETH hasn't reached its final use case. And I don't want to say it for my Dragon Ball Z people. It hasn't reached its final form. All right, like it's at a place right now where it's still evolving. ETH isn't that old. All right, you really got to remember that we're looking at a very young asset, and then on top of that, it's the standard for smart contracts. And we still haven't seen insurance show up in the space yet. We still haven't seen real estate show up in the space yet. When I say insurance, I'm talking about health, auto, home, whatever you want to bundle, whatever. If you want to put it together with a commercial, whatever, with Flow, whatever Flow sells, it can land on ETH. All right. And I need you guys to understand, like, this is very important about the numbers you're seeing now with the deflationary side of Ethereum. This thing could turn into an absolute, like, downward spiral for the amount of ETH that we start seeing, because we can get into a scenario where we're burning more than we're creating on a daily basis. And that happened once before with Ethereum.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's going to happen again. And you look at, this is on Ethereum's main website here. You know, when will the roadmap be finished? Ethereum will implement upgrades for the next 6 months. It will be implemented for the next 5 to 10 years, giving precise timing. Do you have to do anything? No. Okay. What about the Verge, the Splurge, etc.? You can kind of see all of these different, like the merge is what happened. We went from proof of work to proof of stake. The surge, the scourge, the verge, the purge, the Splurge. I mean, this is a lot if you're new, but just understand that after every upgrade, it's supposed to help Ethereum get to its end goal, like Kurt just said.
And you look at all of these, this is worth screenshotting, because when you think about the merge, proof of stake, right? Switching from proof of work to proof of stake, that allowed things like what? Rocket Pool to take off. When you think about the surge, right? Upgrades related to scalability by roll-ups and data sharing, that's going to start sharding. That leaves room for things like, ZK roll-ups, things like Arbitrum to start getting much more use case and things of that nature. And you think about the Scourge, it's like these different updates are going to allow altcoins to start to become more use case built, right? More community driven. So you start to really think about the opportunity inside of each upgrade. By the time we get to the Splurge, it'll be scenarios where you've seen so many different layers being added onto Ethereum with like Polygon and Rocket Pool and Uniswap and all these different things. That's the beauty of Ethereum, because you have the opportunity to get involved with these projects before they become mainstream. And being a part of what we do here, right? Cryptos and stock, right? You get to come in and benefit from it way before the boys at Twitter hear about it, or way before the guy at the water cooler is going to bump you and say, hey, you heard about that new thing with Ethereum? Like, man, I've been in that for 6 months. What are you talking about? All right?
Yeah. And that's it, bro. You just hit it on the head. Like, you guys see like all these categories, and this is why you need the stocks and crypto package. You know, not because we're going to be here regardless. We've been here in bull markets, bear markets. We've been here for a long time. But, dude, we were doing a breakout session. We did a big, mastermind after the event in Croatia. Dude, we had like 1,500 people there. Was anybody there at the event, after the event? And Kurt, I asked everybody, who was in crypto? Who was in DCX? Who was in our company in 2020? Bro, there was 1,500 people there. 5 people raised their hand.
Wow.
5.
Wow.
So a lot of people on here, and I'm not trying to. I'm telling you because I'm excited for you. You don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah, man.
You won't. Dude, 5 people, bro.
Out of 1,500.
And we're talking 2020. We're not talking 2017.
Yeah, it's like 3 years. Barely 3 years.
Yeah, this is like recently.
Man.
And that's why you got to stay plugged in, and we're always updating you. So like what Kurt just explained with all the different, everything here with ETH, all these categories are going to be escalated. Some of them are going to be new categories that are created. Some of them are going to go crazy like the insurance and all those different things. But we are teaching you that here in Go Live. So you can't afford to be missing these sessions and not watching the replay and getting distracted and, chasing things that are not going to produce a result. You got to stay plugged in. I mean, now's not the time to get distracted. And most people,
but you just proved a really big point right there, bro. Like how we talk to the students every week, week in, week out, multiple classes, and we tell them all the time, like, some of you guys aren't going to make it, right? Like, we know this isn't going to be for everybody. Like, we want all of you guys to make it to the finish line, but out of 1,500, 5 people stuck around and are still here securing the bag, bro. Like, that says a lot about people. I keep telling you guys, like, this isn't for the weak of heart. Like, people say they want it, but they kind of want it. They don't really want to go to the next level because they find comfort in the journey. Like, oh, man, I'm cool right here. This feels good. I'm going to get nestled in right here. And they stop growing. They stop moving to they stop seeing that vision. That vision becomes much more minuscule, and they start carving the vision up, pruning the vision. And now the vision's just, sitting down watching Mike and Kurt while you're playing the video game, barely paying attention to the Go Live, right? Then you're watching the recording, periodically in spurts, trying to get a nugget or two, hoping we say something about a coin. Like, you got to take this stuff way more serious because you're going to look back and say, if I was only paying attention with my full undivided attention, taking copious notes, I could have been years, decades ahead of my peers.
Facts. I mean,
I ran into a guy, bro, this is going to sound wild too. I ran into a guy. I met a friend that I haven't seen in years from high school. And I'm like over there hanging out. We're laughing, talking, high-fiving, talking about the good old days. And he has his people come in. And one of his people came in, like, I think it was like one of his wife's family members. And he comes in and he just stops in the middle of the room. He was like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, "You're Kurt Cobain." I'm like, oh, snap.
Is it good or bad? Is it good or bad?
No, it was good. He was like, "Dude, you don't understand." He opens his phone and he's showing me pictures of his office. And it's all the quotes: stay patient, stay disciplined. He has like the same microphone I have. He has the green screen, and he's talking about all the things. He has like the coinless screenshotted still in his phone. And he's like, "Dude, I watch you and Mike all the time, man. I couldn't afford it for a while, but I got to get back in." I'm like, "Oh man, listen, bro, we're ready when you ready." And everybody in the house was like, "Who is this guy, and why is he going crazy?" Right?
That is so funny. That's what happened. I mean, did I show you guys this picture? I think I showed it on I told you what happened with me on the flight, right? I already showed you guys on the flight. Me and Maurice going to Norway.
No, I didn't see.
Oh, bro, hold on. Let me get the picture. Like, me and Maurice are on a plane.
For you guys that don't know, like, we don't see ourselves as anything other than just regular people that love crypto. So when people like notice or recognize you, like, wait, what's happening? What's going on? Like, my missus.
It feel like kind of feel a little. Okay, I found it. You kind of feel like a little bit uncomfortable.
It is. It's a little weird. Because I'm so not used to any of that. Like, at an event, that's different because we're all there vibing. But like just out every day, like a lady was crying one day, like inside of a Walmart, like, "Oh my God, I gotta get a picture." I'm like, "What is going on, ma'am?" She's like,
my baby.
I'm not letting you get away from me. I gotta get a picture. I'm like, "Oh my God."
Dude, look at this. So me and Maurice, I think I shared it on our session. We were on a flight to from Portugal to Norway, and I'm sitting in my seat. There's the middle seats open. Maurice is in the window. I'm in the aisle, and the flight attendant starts walking toward me, and he like goes like that. He's like, his eyes get big. I'm like, I'm about to get kicked off this plane, right? Starts staring at me. I'm like, I'm trying to go to Sweden and go home. I've been in Europe for like 2 months, and he comes up to me in English and then kind of in Spanish. He goes, "Sir, Mike Sotero," and he shakes my hand like really aggressively. And to find out, he started talking to him. I was like, I'm getting kicked off for sure now. He's like, "Bro, I went to your event, and bro, I don't know if you were there with me. Were you?" He's like, "I went to your event in Spain, in Malaga, when you spoke 2 years before."
Yep, the first tour. Yep.
Yeah, I think the All-Fi tour. Yeah,
yep.
You were there.
Yeah.
So he was at that event, right? That's when he got started, and he's still a customer. He might even be on Go Live with us now.
Hey.
And then I'm getting off the plane, and he's like, "Yo, let's take a picture."
Hey, let's go.
Like literally, it's crazy how
I love it.
his name is Eduardo. He's one of our customers. He's still in the company.
You don't know how many people you reach, man. Like the company's so big and it's been around for so long. Like you really kind of just lose track of like how many people come into IM, bro. Like it's a wild thing, man. But like when people notice you, it's a weird feeling. And I tell people in the chat, I'm like, you guys are the next ones up. You guys are gonna be the next educators. You guys are gonna be the next chairman. Like everything you see that's happening, like it's real. Like how many lives do you want to affect? Like there was a statement you guys had said on the first tour. It was like it's not about how many things you have when you die. It's about how many people show up to your funeral. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dude, that's a real statement. And I told everybody, at my funeral, I don't want nobody crying. I want everybody partying and dancing, high-fiving, having a great time.
Facts.
It's a whole party.
Yeah, it's like I shared this on the tour I did with Maurice, and I mean we've talked about it. It's like I want Netflix to call us one day and say, "Hey, we want to do a documentary on what you guys did for like the crypto education space."
Oh.
And then what's funny, Kurt, is we tell them no.
Like,
and we do it ourselves. And we just do it ourselves because that's the moment okay, we can do it, but we're not going to do it and let you guys get all the credit. We're going to do it ourselves. We'll self-fund it and maybe call Chris Terry up and be like, "Yo,
it'll
Chris,
be a movie, bro. All the footage we got from being on the road, it'll be a movie, bro. It'll be epic."
And, I mean, you talk about pioneers. I think we're pioneers in this space. As crazy and stupid as that sounds, look at this space in 10 years and tell me where do you guys think it's going to be in the chat. I know some of you guys can't think 10 minutes for straight for 10 minutes, but it's like think about in 10 years where we could be. And the evolution of society. Like if you don't think this, I said this years ago, if you're bearish on crypto, okay, you don't believe in human innovation, you don't believe in human technology, you don't believe in human growth. Like saying you're bearish in this space is like humans are not going to progress in the next 10 years. But I think 12 years ago we had like Blackberries and stuff, it's not too far away. Crazy.
It's weird to me to see so many people look at the space. I don't know what's going on with the counter too. Like they got rid of the number for. I can't even see how many people are in the chat right now. But
I see it.
It's weird. It's weird to me, like how people don't really see the growth. Like there's just pure growth right now in this space, and I really feel like now we're at a place where we're seeing that stagnation come in right before the bull run. And it's that time where everybody doubts themselves, everybody gets nervous, and I think with the way the market's moving now, we don't have that same cushion of cheap loans and banks just throwing money all around, and the Fed just having 0 to nothing interest rates. And now we're at a place where interest rates rose like crazy. We got housing market going crazy. We got the stock market way over exacerbated. Everything needs to come down, and the stock markets the crypto markets already come down. And we're expecting to see the crypto market come back down again. I don't think we're going to see the crypto market drop off substantially to the point where we're down in the 4 figures. Now, don't get me wrong. If I see a 9K Bitcoin, I'm going to be in the line selling plasma. I'm just letting you know right now. But in those instances, I still want people to be in the mind frame of we're not going to see these levels anymore. We're just not, and I don't know if you guys have fully understood like what we're looking at. Can you go to Chart of Bitcoin, bro, just for a second? Because I think people need to really understand like the mindset that comes along with these dips. Nobody's excited. Nobody was clicking their heels. Like when I was studying Bitcoin back in 2018, 2019, nobody was amped up. Nobody was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to get into this thing." People were looking at me like I was crazy. Like, bro, why are you looking at this stuff? Yeah, those levels down there, at the bottoms, like 2019, 2018 at the bottoms. Price flatlined down there by itself for a while. Nobody was excited. Nobody was excited. 2020, when we dipped back down during COVID, nobody was amped up. When I was paying attention to it on the way up, I'm thinking to myself, like, a lot of folks aren't going to have the money to really ride this stuff out and are going to miss out on it. And when I saw how the market aligned itself, when I was looking at the prices of mining and all of that, and that's the one thing that really woke me up, was the cost to mine one Bitcoin back in 2018, 2019 was around $3,100. And when I saw price come down to $3,100 and it froze, I said, okay, this isn't just free falling chaos and madness. Somebody's in here making a lot of money and they're holding it at a level and it's gonna run. And sure enough, took off, came back, retested after COVID and ran again. And I'm like, okay, I got it. So now it's a little different because with China banning all the miners, which is weird because they were making money off of this. With China banning all the miners, almost if they got a phone call saying, hey, we got to decentralize this thing because people are going to wake up to the fact that it costs this much to mine a Bitcoin over here. And now we're losing money because they can see it. They distributed all the miners all over the place. Now we got a chunk of miners in America, a chunk over in Kazakhstan, which is wild because that's where Borat is from, #1. So we got all of these people mining crypto now. And I'm like, dude, it's a little more decentralized. But when I saw BlackRock investing in miners, I said, yep. Game on. They know what they're doing. This is like the gold rush back in the 1930s, 1920s. They knew exactly what they were doing. 1820s and 1830s, my bad. And they were out there when JP Morgan, but Wells Fargo was selling pickaxes and shovels to everybody that were trying to get rich in San Francisco. That's why they call the 49ers the 49ers, because that's when everybody went out in 1849 to mine gold. JP Morgan was the one selling all of that stuff, right? Pickaxes and shovels of folks, and nobody got rich but JP Morgan selling the pickaxes and shovels. All right? So I'm telling you right now, when I start seeing BlackRock get into mining, I'm like, yep. They see what's coming, and they don't mind waiting it out. They know what this is going to do. They're gonna be in on all of it. Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi, all of it. They're gonna have this thing so sold up for the rest of eternity. They won't have to worry about earning anything because passively on the blockchain, they're gonna be getting staking rewards. They're gonna be getting liquidity providing rewards. They're gonna make Uniswap so profitable. And then they're gonna come in and be a competitor to Uniswap once they make all the money from Uniswap. Mark my words. There's going to be decentralized exchanges owned by BlackRock, owned by banks, and they're not going to care that it's decentralized. They're going to let everybody come in, and they're going to clean up.
Yeah, I mean, look at trading volume. I mean, right now there's billions a day, right? Can you imagine trillions a day settling on Uniswap and they own the platform?
Yeah, this is how this stuff goes, man. Like I'm just amped up that we get a chance to share this stuff with the students before everything takes off because it's bittersweet, bro, to hear you explain that to me, where out of 1,500 students, only five were around in 2020, bro. Like, I remember the gains from some of the students. I can't do income claims on the calls and all that kind of stuff, but some of these students had a phenomenal time. That's all I'm going to say. They had a phenomenal time during those runs. So for you guys to be here now, and the climate is different, sure, but the opportunity is still present. It makes a world of difference to me because I know right now, seeing you guys come in with all that excitement, it's like, I don't know, Mike, I'm going to make you a little annoyed, Mike, but I got to say this. So, I have children. I know you don't have children yet, but when you have kids, Mike, all right, I'm flying to Miami, I'm going to be in the hospital, and we're naming your firstborn Cobain. But, when this boy or girl, doesn't matter. When I'm coming to Miami, I want to see the look on your face when you do, because I'm telling you, I'm going to watch you transform into a different person, bro. And when you do, you're going to understand like that the power behind legacy and what you're doing. And the fire you have now is going to be a millionfold after that, bro.
Maybe I should have some kids like this week.
No. Pump your brakes, grasshopper. Don't rush it, my brother. Trust me.
We're not, trust. We're not doing that.
You got all the parents like, no, sir, not on duty. Whole chat, like, don't do it. Reconsider.
Some of them are like,
read some literature.
Yeah, some of the students don't even care about. They're just like, "Yo, Mike might not be on Go Live as much." Anyway, let's change the subject here. Look, Bitcoin dips and it goes up after every dip.
Right, and then we got Michael Saylor buying, so it's for sure gonna dip now.
You got 5 dips on the chart. Every time it dips, it shoots up. So there's the education for today.
Moral of the story: don't buy Bitcoin because it dips.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's funny.
Anyways, I want to show you guys something real quick. I saw this a couple of days ago. Kind of on the same topic though. Take a look at this. RealOpen.com. Okay, this is where the world's going, everybody. And real estate, I think, is going to be so big in crypto. So this is already a company where you create an account, you connect your wallet, you verify your identity. Whoops. Take a look at this. Get started. Buyer. So what best describes you can buy or sell using this platform. This is all in crypto. You can make an account. Come on, go back over here. Okay. They create like a real score for like buying power. You find the home and you make the offer. Watch this. This is the craziest part. How you close the deal. This is real estate. Okay. Time to just think about this for a second. Day of, you fund the purchase via the blockchain by sending the crypto to Real Open, right? Third party. It doesn't have to be this platform. This is education. The total is determined by your cash to close closing statement. The taxable event is delayed all the way until closing day, and then the trade happens, and then people are gonna be saving between 2 to 5% using like an exchange, or instead of using traditional, right, finance. So take a look at some of these houses, and this is just an educational example. I'm just showing you guys here.
Sheesh.
These are properties. Look at this. 7,300 listings have already been listed here for real estate. And guess what? They're all like this house right here in Miami, 700 Bitcoin or 12,000 ETH. Right? You can see this one here, 1,600 Bitcoin. And these guys, I know these properties are crazy in prices, but get the moral of the point here. It doesn't matter.
ETH. It's so crazy. I remember when ETH was like $8.
I know.
$9.
Yeah, I wish. But this is, in my opinion, this is going to be a piece of the future.
This is where we're headed, family. This is where we're headed. Like, this is the name of the game. If you guys are sitting on the sideline thinking everything's going to be the same way it's been for the last decade, you're going to miss out. Could you imagine if you were investing in Tesla and Amazon when they first launched? Just the use case alone that we all decided we're going to start using Amazon. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and people weren't investing in it. And then we saw Tesla merging all their companies together. Elon's going to try to put the Twitter, he's going to try to put Solar City, he's going to try to put SpaceX all into Tesla. He's going to make it one entity. Could you imagine what the price evaluation of that company would look like after a merger like that? Because they're all his companies. He doesn't have to do some kind of crazy takeover. He's going to merge them all together and have one big tax bill. It's like at that point, it's a win-win for the investor, and that thing may split 5, 6, 7 times over afterward. Just saying.
That's
and we can talk about it now because we stocks and crypto.
Oh yeah, and that's why we're doing what we're doing with all the classes, and I'll talk about the schedule here before we wrap up in a second. I just wanted to cover, guys, the ADA idea, and if y'all haven't seen, real quick, XLM, Polkadot. Wait, hold on. Are those exchange ideas? Oh no, those are leveraged ideas on Swipecoin. I don't know if y'all been paying attention.
So those are MT4 friendly. Ooh.
Yeah, these Swipecoin is going crazy right now. So this was ADA. I dropped this on Friday. 2411 was potential entry 1. Let's pull this up. This was also dropped on the session on our DCX live analysis, okay, which we have going on here in 1 hour and 8 minutes. Hopefully you guys are coming in. But let me just update you guys real quick on ADA. So this was a leverage for MT4 or futures, whatever platform. Yeah, so right now this is floating about, this was our potential entry right here. It's floating about 33 pips in the correct direction. Exit 1 is for about 70 pips right here, and then we do have a swing exit right here. So at this point, you can reduce risk. This was the alert. You already activated. So we activated ADA. I believe DOT is in the correct direction as well, and XLM. So, yep, that's that. Results been going crazy. And then I do want to just bring up real quick, Chainlink, it missed our potential entry zone by literally like 8 cents or something crazy. We dropped this like on the 30th. I don't know, maybe it did. I gotta check. I don't think it did. I think it missed about like 8 cents. Sometimes I lose these charts. I have so many charts. I think it's this one, Chainlink, Coinbase. Anyways, Chainlink's moving in the correct direction. We got Kurt. We got the Kurt with the ETH. Look at that. Whew. That looks nice. And for those that caught Maker is about, looks like it wants to hit this this exit 1 off of our exchange ID here, 1555. So we're really close to that exit 1. That's still another 20%, which is crazy, but another $200 and that will hit. So
it's wild that we were talking about this thing at $600, bro, and so many folks missed it.
And that's, this is a great point you just brought up. This is like, I'm gonna be like real crypto realization. This is the realization that I had. Let's say you bought or invested in 10 projects, right? 10 cryptos. And let's say 5 of them went to 0, meaning you lost all the money you put in those 5 and you literally went to 0. And let's say 5, I gotta be careful what I say, but let's say 5 of them stayed alive, right? Staying alive. Let's say 3 have big success. That's how I'll say that.
Great success.
These 3 with big success in crypto can make up for all of this times so much more. Okay? Now, we don't want this to happen, obviously. But if it did, you don't have to be right, like, on every single time. Trust me, I'm not right. I've lost money. I can definitely talk about losses if you want to. Every educator has lost money in this space, bought projects we shouldn't have bought, over leverage. It is what it is. Okay?
Cost of tuition, man. Cost of tuition.
You catch an XRP at 6 cents and it goes to $3. You catch, a Maker at 500, 600 and it goes to 5,000, 6,000, and you're positioned correctly with the education. It makes up. That's why we talk about portfolios, allocation and reallocation. And if you guys haven't seen, we have now even more value for you guys. I'll close it with this and I'll pass it back to Kurt. Is now this channel that you're on right now is going to be my personal channel, okay? And then Kurt's channel, which is now right here, is going to be channel 4. That's OG status, okay? Channel.
Now you're making me feel old. Now.
Okay, channel 4.
My membership number is 1.
Yeah. Okay. We're on channel 108 right now. So, anyways, so you guys will see in this channel, it's going to be pretty much Mondays. Let me show you the schedule. Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a get started in crypto. We're going to be going through some PowerPoints. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. But moving forward, Monday will just be me on this channel. Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Okay. Wednesdays on this channel is going to be both of us, right? I'm getting this right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wednesdays is going to be both of us. We're going to be talking about crypto blueprints, bear market blueprints, bull market blueprints. We're going to do some live analysis on that class. And then, okay, don't go anywhere. Kurt's channel is going to be Mondays at 1.
Yep. I wanted to see if I could trade with Corinne, but I don't think she's going to trade with me.
You might got to send some ETH,
All right, let's slide that across the table. But then we're going to fix our Thursday, which will be the 2 o'clock, the 2 p.m. Eastern. That'll be us together again as well.
Yep.
So some guests here and there every now and again. So, yeah.
Yep. And then you're doing a Monday one at night, right?
Yep, it'll be double up. So it'll be 1 p.m. on Monday and 9 p.m. on Monday. And so some 9 p.m.s we'll do a little bit of like a harmonics. Maybe some Mondays we'll do like mindset. But then those Thursdays, me and Mike together are going to be a little more advanced. So, kind of diving in strategy here and there, talking about some real intricate things, making sure we can kind of cater to the people that got a little more knowledge and have been here for a while. Yeah. So deep diving into the charts and just really talking, just, structure and seeing, smart money concepts and Fibonacci and things like that.
Yeah, Thursday is going to be an advanced class. I'm going to keep it real. We're going to go into like the tools. We're going to go into the Oris tool with gold. We're going to go into crypto harmonic. I mean, it's going to be an advanced class. Don't send your newest customers to Thursday.
A little bit of impulse in there. So yeah.
Yeah. Send them to the other sessions. Okay. We wanted to make this guys more duplicatable. So when new customers are getting started with you, people are joining teams and all that stuff, they have starting points. And everybody's been asking me to do like a get started kind of class. So that's going to be my Monday class. We will go on the charts, obviously, but it's going to be a little bit more basic. And even Wednesdays a little bit as well. Okay. We want to make sure everybody's getting what they need. And then Thursdays on Kurt's channel, it's going to go a little bit more advanced. So is there any questions on this? Okay. Any questions? We want to make sure everybody has clarity. Please start spreading the word in your Discords, in your Telegrams. Please let people know we have 2 channels, more value for you guys, okay? Mike and Kurt are still a thing. Don't worry.
Yes.
But we're doing it to make it more simple, and then we're going to update our favorite sessions this week. What time on Thursday? Thursday is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern. This will be updated very soon.
Yes, they're gonna update my whole channel, so don't worry, guys. It's back. Everybody requested it back. They wanted the favorites back, so you got it. And for me and Mike, it allows us to fill our favorite sections with way more value for you guys, because now we got 2 channels to just go crazy with, rather than just one where we got to kind of be really picky and choosy. Now you guys can just get double the value with 2 channels, and you're still gonna get us together on Thursdays and Wednesdays. So you're ending the week off with some Mike and Kurt action. We're having some fun, vibing out, and then it just fits everything, right? And if Mike's missing one session, I can jump on and take his class. If I'm missing a session, Mike can jump on and take my class. So you're still gonna get the value. Don't worry, it won't be like a Mike's missing, so there's no class. I'll be able to jump on his channel or this channel and be able to hold it down for him, and vice versa. So don't worry, guys. We'll have everything where you need it. It'll be all locked and loaded. So it's gonna be value on top of value, because we talked about it. We wanted to find a way to just bring way more heat, but not just double down on so much more work, because Mike still has to do the live analysis classes. We want to make sure that it's not going to be just way too much being bogged down on him. And on top of that, we're going to be able to fill up these favorite sections with just, all the recordings we can, so you guys can come in and just go crazy with it.
Yes. So guys, this is going to start this Wednesday. So this Wednesday, obviously we'll be live again together. And then, this week we're kicking it all into full effect. What time Wednesday? It's right here. This channel, Mike Sotero's channel, if you want to say that. Sounds weird, but Mike Sotero's channel, it's good. The times are good. The title's good. Kurt's are going to be updated to the next 24 hours.
It's Mike Cobain's channel and Kurt Sotero's. That's how we're going to do.
We'll let the memes begin.
Right.
So, guys, we'll see you on the #1 channel, though, in English. Live analysis is going down in an hour, so show up there, promote it. I'm excited. Kurt, appreciate you, bro. Cheers to the future. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
We have another call we have to get on, and we're going to see you guys in 1 hour. So much love, everybody. See you guys on Wednesday.
Let's get it.
Peace.
All right, family. I appreciate you guys as always. You know how we do it. Just value on value on value. So, yeah. Schedule switching up just a little bit, but just more value, more heat. All right, family. So I'll be on with you guys a little bit later on, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'm going to keep it on this channel, so I'm not changing anything up. Today's mindset will be on this channel, so you're good. You don't have to worry about us jumping around. I'm not going to mess around, because I still have to update my old channel or my personal channel, because they got the new fancy go live. Everything happens instantly now, like Zoom call. That one's still running off the old tech, so I got to get re-updated and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to take me some time to get all of that stuff situated. So we're going to run everything as normal today, and then by Wednesday and then Thursday, we should be all smoothed out and everything should be good from there. All right, and then get my schedule all locked in so you guys can see the real times and all that good stuff. All right, family, so I appreciate you guys, love you guys, and as usual, and as always, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. We out. And oh yeah, good night, everybody.